Hey everyone, welcome back, y'all. We are back to do our June budget. We have been offline for quite some time, y'all. I had some things I needed to take care of in our personal life and just some things I wanted to get done so that I wasn't being distracted. So with that being said, we're going to start a couple of new things. Consistency has always been the goal for 2023, keeping it simple and keeping it consistent. And I have done neither. So with that being said, it's going to be better late than never at all. And we are finally going to put away all the distractions. I've taken away a lot of my binders. I am not currently cash stuffing as much right now. You're going to see that reflected here in my June budget. And we are going to focus on the $15,000 now that I have in debt. So not too long ago, y'all, I was in the single digits and I was very low, getting close to paying off my debt, and y'all, I went in the total opposite direction. So sinking funds, savings challenges, whatever you want to call them, I have stuffed and stuffed and stuffed. So a lot of things are going to happen this coming month. I am going to start to pull and rely a lot on sinking funds and or savings challenges, and I am going to use those envelopes because they needed to be used. I had an issue where I would stuff and stuff and stuff and just not go out and spend very much with expenses because I knew that I had certain times of the year that I needed to pay out more than other times. Summer is one of them where I need to get the kids their spring and summer clothes. We've already started the process, but y'all, I have the money in the envelopes and they need to be spent and it needs to be taken care of. Now, the situation that we could find ourselves in that I am hoping to avoid is to completely drain my accounts and have to restart over when it comes to all my savings challenges and everything that I have cash stuffed. But with that being said, we have a huge debt that we need to work on. I've decided to pull a new sheet that I've had since May of 2022. So this is not something that I bought off Etsy, y'all. You know that I'm in a no spin rest of the year for Etsy. I failed in January, February, March, and April. Y'all, I just couldn't get off Etsy. It was to the point that I was becoming too addicted to Etsy. I have got over 3,000 savings challenges amongst other things that I have purchased off Etsy when it comes to budgeting, and I have spent a ton of money. So if my son can't create it or I can't get it online for free, then I am going to have to figure out something else to do. So with that being said, this is our June budget. I love this sheet. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I apologize, y'all, if my hand shakes a little bit. My camera stand has gone in the trash. It is no longer working, and so I'm going to be purchasing a new one. So while I'm waiting for that to get ready to come in, I've got to get it purchased next week. I am really cramped and putting myself on hold on any kind of spending right now until this debt gets down. I am currently spending so much in debt. It's ridiculous, y'all. I am over a 1,000 mark in monthly payments for debt. So that's why I'm working now towards getting the debt down and focusing on that. There are going to be some savings challenges that we do stuff in my binders, but a majority of my binders are pushed aside because they are already filled with money that, yes, I could take out and use for debt, but no, I'm not going to because I need that money for other things. And as I'm filtering that money through to pay for other items, it is not coming out of my current budget, and that's where it's going to help me pay off more in debt. So as you see here, this wonderful sheet comes from Lisa Marie Budgets over on Etsy. Y'all know her here as well. She's absolutely amazing, and I love her. So my monthly bills this month are totaling up to $2,250. That will include things such as my rent, which is $750. My electric has gone up to $320. My gas is still sitting at $120. And then my Verizon. Now, my Verizon does include my phone payments in there as well. So on my debt sheet, when you see the updated version coming out next week, you will also see that my phone bill, which is $200, includes all of our Verizon products as well. Then we have our internet that sits at $95, y'all. And I really like AT&T. I really have had a really good relationship with them lately, and I've not had any problems with any of my internet falling or going out or anything of that nature. Because we're on AT&T, what was described to me was when you're on Xfinity, which is what we were on for 12 years, y'all, 12 years, I kept complaining that our internet was dropping, and it must have been dropping anywhere from 20 to 40 times per day. And that is not an over-exaggeration. I was offline more than I was online. And I was paying well over $100 a month for the top tier for their residential cost. Come to find out, it doesn't matter how much you pay. Everybody who uses Xfinity within my area is on the same line. It doesn't matter if you pay the top tier and someone else pays a $50 tier on the internet program. As soon as anybody else is on it, it pulls from the entire amount of people that are on the internet. So with that being said, that is why we were dropping. It wasn't because I was the farthest from the pole as they claimed. Y'all, the pole's in my backyard. I couldn't be any closer to the Xfinity pole. I was being fed a bunch of lies through Xfinity and a bunch of excuses and saying that it was my equipment and my computers and my side that was having the problem, when in reality, it was truly Xfinity. So I gave back their equipment. I switched over to AT&T. And with that, I have the top tier at home, which runs me $95. And y'all, that is a private line. It doesn't matter how many people around me have AT&T. They can't get into my line. I can't get into theirs, and I've not had anything drop. And I absolutely love AT&T. I'm going to go ahead and set my phone down right here. I apologize if it doesn't look the best when it comes to looking at my budget, but I'm going to go ahead and walk you through it because I can't hold my phone and not move. So, apologize. My new camera holder will be coming in here in the next week or so. So, after the internet, we do have our next one, which is $85, and that is our streaming and our apps. Now, last month you saw that my streaming and apps was only $25, y'all. I do pay for HBO Max. I pay for half. My daughter's boyfriend pays for the other half. We're in the $10 tier. So I only have to pay $5, he pays $5. My mom pays for Peacock. I pay for Netflix at the top tier of $20 per month. But I'm also going to be including some extra apps this coming month. I really want to get back into MyFitnessPal. They have a lot of really good add-ons on MyFitnessPal, and it's $20 per month. Now, yes, I can use their free service and cut the cost, but there's some things in the paid service that I want to get into a little bit more. So with that being said, I'm definitely jumping on board next month to do that. There is another app that I've actually started using called Plus Me, and it's where you can have a bunch of things on a list and you can check them off daily, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever you want to do, and it's a really good app. The app is only going to cost, I think, right about $4 per month. Now, if you want to just jump in and buy it all at one time, I think you get a little bit of a discount, and you're going to pay $40, I believe. I think it's just right underneath $40. But I am adding that app on because y'all know I can't see. Me writing things down is just not going to happen. I do have the sheets to do that, but my kids are using those sheets where I'm going to be using the Just Me or the Plus Me app and be able to do things that way. That way I can make sure that all the chores in the house are done, the dogs are walked on a daily basis, my exercise regimen that I'm getting ready to start is done, and I can add personalized, individualized duties to that task list as well. So I think it's beneficial for somebody, especially like me, who can't see, to be able to do that. I can do it on my phone, and with that being said, it will help out a lot. Groceries, you're seeing me drop my groceries down. The reason you're seeing me go from $800 a month to $200 per week is because I'm going to break it down. By breaking this down, I'm going to be able to still stay underneath the wire. Now, normally, what I would do is I take my leftover grocery money and I put it into my fully funded 12-month ahead emergency. We are in month number 3. I am putting a pause on that until I get this debt down. That extra $1,000 that I'm paying across the board and all of my debt is going to be more beneficial in my pocket and going towards sinking funds, savings challenges, all of that sorts of things than it is going towards debt. That is why I'm going to be really aggressively attacking my debt as fast as I'm going to be attacking it, and as fast as possible, as much as possible. My HP Instant Ink last month, I had it at a very high program, and now I'm down to the $10 a month program, which is 300 pages. With that being said, I was able to roll over 300 pages from last month, and now I have 600 pages that I can still work with, but I'm on a $10 program right now. Now, when I did increase my Instant Ink last month to 700 pages, it was for a couple of reasons. Number one, I needed to print out a lot of things. Number two, my kids are doing homeschool during the summer as well, and I still needed to print out a whole bunch of things. And number three, when I did that, they sent me 2 more double inks. So I will need ink for a very long time. The HP Instant Ink that they send you is a beautiful product because unlike the stores where I had bought HP ink in Walmart, and I kid you not, within 150 pages, the ink was gone. The one that I'm currently working on, I've been working on ink cartridges that I have currently in my printer have been in there for over 4 months. And y'all, I print like crazy all the time. I've got 2 homeschooling kids. I got other things I need to print out and things of that nature. I'm doing recipes that I am laminating for the kids and things of that nature, building our recipe binder. We're printing all the time, and that ink is just nonstop lasting. So yes, definitely, if you have and want HP Instant Ink, make sure you stay on a plan, and make sure if you haven't tried it, try it, because it is absolutely amazing. Our next one is our self-credit builder. We're doing 150. Y'all know I just jumped on to a 2-year program. I was on a 1-year program. I completed it successfully. They gave me the option for another 2 years, and I definitely jumped on it at the 150, which is the top tier, and I will stay on that because it is helping my credit immensely. My last one is my firm account. Even though I did pay off my son's Oculus headset last month, I'm going to continue to roll what I was paying for his Oculus headset into another account on my Affirm. And just know, if you have Affirm, every time you order something, it's like an inventory. They put it in as a separate account, but it's inside your entire Affirm account. So I can go from item to item and pay off the different amounts if I want to. So we're going to roll over what I was paying for his Oculus headset into another item on there, and I'm gonna knock off at least 1, maybe possibly 2 more accounts on my Affirm account. I think I have a total of 13 orders that I've placed. So when I say accounts, it's actually orders. So every time you place an order, it opens up as just like one item or one order that you can pay, and you can pay it off at any given time. So $300, I'm gonna stay at that, and it brings me down to $2,250, and that's just for bills, y'all. That doesn't include everything else. On the right-hand side, what I'm going to do for my sinking funds. Now, I told you I'm going to stop putting as much money into sinking funds, and I am cramping myself down really, really super tight. The reason for that is I need to get this debt down. It's just plain and simple. I want that money to go elsewhere and not to debt. So I am going to start doing my trash bill. It's the only thing right now that I don't have going out on a monthly basis. My trash company wants to do it every 3 months. I want to do it every month. They don't want me paying the trash on a monthly basis. I'm not very happy with them right now. I may be looking into a new company as well. So for right now, it's $5 a week is what I'm going to be putting towards trash. I was supposed to be doing that in the past. Y'all, I forgot. Let's be honest. I just literally forgot. Pets 1, 2, and 3. Pets 1 is always going to get $20 a week. That is for emergency purposes. I've got 3 Chihuahuas and 1 has very special needs. Pets 2 is anything for their care, generalized care and things of that nature. And Pets 3 is another one just for generalized care. I've kind of cut it down into 3 different areas of pets that I need to take care of. So you have Pets 1, 2, and 3. It's not by Chihuahuas 1, 2, and 3, but they're 3 different separate envelopes. So Pet 1 is getting 20, Pet 2 and Pet 3 are each getting 10. And then I am putting $150 towards Danya's high school binder because I need to bulk that up and get her really, really ready to go. Now, what I do want to tell you is the sheet that I bought from Lisa Marie Budgets over on Etsy. I bought this again back in 2022. I was able to go up to the top of this, and it did say paycheck number 1, and then you got paycheck number 2 all the way to paycheck number 4. Now, you all know that I'm getting paid on a monthly basis. But with that being said, I'm breaking everything down, and most of my bills and everything, well, I should say all my bills come out on the first week, but most of the money is being spent really heavy on the first week. We'll go over the totals right now, and we're just working off of what I'm paying. It's not anything about my husband or anything of that nature. So with that being said, when I go ahead and do those sinking funds and getting Danya's binder ready for high school, it's still going to be quite a bit, y'all. It's $195. Now, it's not what I'm used to spending when it comes to bulking up my binders and things of that nature, but I was getting so over distracted. I was never finishing anything that I started. My consistency was flopping at best. I mean, F would not even be the grade I would give me. If there was a lower grade than F, I would definitely go there. So consistency is something that I needed to work on, and that's part of the reason why I've been gone for a short amount of time, because I really need to figure this out and figure out what I'm doing with my finances. So when we go down to unbudgeted, I'm pretty much marking that as a debt and not unbudgeted. I was not able to go in and change out the little areas, which is fine, but I was able to change the very top where it said paycheck budget. I was able to put June, and I do this with every single budget from here on moving forward. So, and I really like the way she broke the sheet down. Nothing needs to go into retirement or anything of that nature, but when you come down to unbudgeted, just remember that I'm using this as debt. I just couldn't mark it as debt on the sheet itself. So with our debt, we're going to pay an extra $300 on the first week of June. I'm just going to cramp us really tight and go for it and pay the extra $300. For the family loan, it's definitely $100 every single month. That is just what I pay straight out. I will try to work on trying to get a little bit more paid off on that. And then on the consolidation loan, y'all know I'm paying $475. Now, what I've been told by the consolidation loan people is one of the companies has agreed. That company will be paid off in August. The other two companies, they have not reached an agreement with, because the other companies are not wanting to pay me to pay less. They want me to pay the exact amount they're wanting me to pay off. So the consolidation company is still working with two other companies. There's 3 companies in total that I consolidated loans with. And with that being said, those 2 other companies, until they come to an agreement and bring that total down, my company will not agree, and my account will just keep building. I'll keep putting money into the account that I have open with them, and as soon as they reach an agreement, I'll know, and then I'll know if the payments are going to drop, not over the amount, but over the length. Right now, it was it started out at a 20-month payment at $475. Then it dropped down to an 18-month payment at $475. I've already paid 3 months worth. So that's a pretty hefty bill to be carrying as well. And I'm hoping that we can get that taken care of and paid down even faster. So I can pay that down as quick as I want, but I really want to see where this company is going to come in at and tell me how much I'm actually going to have to pay out in total. So that is $875 going to them. Now, I did say we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on. Now, again, this is just my side of things. This is not my husband's amount or pay or anything of that nature. This is just me taking on my responsibilities. Now, this is June 1. I have June week 2, June week 3 and 4. I'm not sure if there's 5 weeks in this month, but y'all, I only get paid once a month. So I'm not going to break it down and freak out over that. Now, back to what I was saying, because I'm not even sure if I even finished my thought, to be honest. But back on the bill side, the leftover grocery money that I have, we're still eating out of our preps, but y'all, we are eating them down, seriously, because we did not spend hardly anything for groceries this month. The leftover money for groceries is not going to go to my 12-month ahead right now. What it's going to go to is extra debt, and we are just going to pretty much do the Dave Ramsey's situation. Now, my kids are not just going to eat beans and rice. I'm going to feed them well and things of that nature, but with that being said, we are tightening our belt. We are using our savings challenges, our sinking funds, and we are just going to go ahead and make sure that we can filter what we need to out of the money we've already been saving for. I am not pulling things out of my emergency fund. I am not pulling anything out of any emergency cash that I have. The reason for that is the minute I do, something catastrophic is going to happen. And when I do, then I don't have the money for it. And there is no way in hell I'm going to borrow money or do anything else like that. I'm leaving that where it's at. I'm just cramping us when it comes to what is going on with our budget. Now, again, we have clothing money, we have other kinds of money set aside for other things in my binders, and I was so focused on stuffing my binders that I didn't focus on the debt as much as I needed to. That extra $1,000 that I'm shelling out basically for my debt every single month is actually going to help us to go ahead and pay off our debt a little bit faster, because I am using those sinking savings challenges. So my income, my pension is $4,635. The first week, I told you, is the highest week that I have. That is $3,320 I'm spending on the first week, leaving me a total of $1,315 over the rest of the month, which is going to give me $438.83 per, $438.33. I'll drop off the cents, y'all. Let's just make it $438. In fact, I might even just bump it up to $440. I do have a cushion in on all of my accounts, but I am not touching that. Again, if I do something and it's an emergency, I'm screwed. So $433 is what I'll spend over weeks number 2. Oops. You can't do this one-handed. Over weeks 2, 3, 3's in here, y'all. I just can't get my fingers around it. Here we go. 2. Oh, it's still not wanting to do it, isn't? No, because I'm grabbing the wrong page. 3. I knew it was there. And weeks 4, which is trying to get out of sorts. So, with that being said, again, I bought this sheet from Lisa Marie Budgets over on Etsy, y'all. I love the way it's just one simplified page that you can just look at, break things down. And again, if you don't need certain sections, you can cross off where it says unbudgeted and write debt or anything else that you want to write down. I think that was one thing I really wish was on here. But if I remember right, Lisa is debt-free. She uses this for her personal use. But again, I use the top portion. I just backed out paycheck budget number 1, paycheck budget number 2, or week number 2, and I just put June number 1, June number 2, and so forth. So that's what we have for y'all today. If you want to know more about me and finally see me, because I don't show myself on YouTube, and it's not a lack of not wanting to, it's just I'm so focused on what I'm doing here. You can run over to Cheryl's channel at Making Money Moves, because she just did a podcast just a few weeks ago with me, and it went up on Sunday. So I'll link that down in the description box down below. If you really want to see me, get to know me, you'll see all my fur babies. All 3 babies got up in that because they heard us talking, and they are camera hogs. So I did show off Jaya, Tucker, and Bella. So please also remember to subscribe to Cheryl's channel as well. Cheryl is absolutely amazing. I love her channel. She's got great motivation, and she has got the best sense of humor and the best personality on YouTube that I've seen in a very, very long time. But please run over to Cheryl's channel. Make sure that you are publicly subscribed to her. Get that notification button. Watch her videos. Y'all, let's help her get to 1,000 subscribers. She's not there yet, and she should have been there by now. And start watching some of her videos. Get to know her as well. And with that, that will also help her with her watch hours. So, questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, I'll leave them down in the comment section down below. Again, I will link that podcast with Cheryl that I did live online. It went live on Sunday. So, y'all enjoy it. So, we'll catch you in the next video. Until then, Without Limits is out.